Welcome to the podcast. And y'all ask, what I'ma talk about with y'all ass? Everything from Nostradamus' slow pump all the way down to Donald Trump. But black issues will be always at the forefront. Hoodies, I know that's just what y'all want. Black life, black love, all of the above. It's King Rashidi hoodies, ice toner gloves. I'm ready, it's Rise, God King. Rest in peace to the God Queens. Hey.
Yo, real quick, shout out to all the businesses, especially black businesses that's being affected by the current events, the pandemic that's going on right now. Sorry, man. Sorry. I know how hard it is. You know what I'm saying? You put money on your marketing. You know what I mean? Yeah, all the necessary things, all the things you're supposed to do to get to, to make your business popping, to keep it popping and thriving. And then something like this comes along. Yeah, man. Hopefully it's not permanent. It's a hell of a lot of theories out there, though. It's a lot of theories. Y'all ever heard of hold on. I ain't gonna make this long. Just had a couple things on my mind. This is my second attempt at this podcast. You'll check it. Y'all ever heard of this effect called the Dunning-Kruger effect? Let me tell y'all about the Dunning-Kruger effect, right? It's this cognitive bias in which people assess their cognitive ability as being greater than what it is. Rashidi, son, what's cognitive? All right, cognitive, the meaning is it's the mental action or process of acquiring knowledge and understanding. It involves many aspects of intellectual function and processes like attention, knowledge, memory, judgment, reasoning, problem solving, decision making, and comprehension. And I'm adding one to that, perception. All this stuff you can find on Google, right? Like I be knowing like what stuff mean, but I like to make sure I'm real thorough. So I go to Google. Google is good for that. All right. So are we good on what cognitive is? Cognitive and cognition, all that? All right, check it. When people lack cognition, they can't objectively evaluate their competence or incompetence because they lack that self-awareness. Look at it like this, right? People who are out of shape, right? Somehow think they can kick somebody's ass, and then the next thing you know, they're trending on social media because some young Thundercat knocked them the fuck out. Happens all the time. I've seen it happen. You know what I'm saying? Or when like people, swear up and down they know something, when in reality they really don't know shit. A lot of that you can find out by just simply asking them some questions, and then you can watch them scramble and try to find the words to back up what they claim to know, or who they claim to know, or whatever. The barbershop is good for that. People shouting out stuff that they really don't know nothing about. It's funny to me. So listen, in layman's terms, the Dunning-Kruger effect is basically saying that the less people know, the more they think they know. Get it? The less people know, the more they think they know. And this is otherwise known as the Dunning-Kruger effect. My camera is mad crooked. Hey, but got my lights popping off. I got my new lights. New lights. I wasn't even going to do no podcast on it, but, let's just get down to it. Well, not necessarily about the virus, because there's a crap load of theories popping off out there, right? There's the 5G theory. I wasn't going to say it the regular way. I was going to spell it out and say the FIVEG theory, but fuck it. Like, if our phones are, if they can hear us through our phones, and even when our phone is off and all of that, then they've already heard me talk about it with clients and stuff anyway. You know what I'm saying? So listen. It's believed that the 5G towers are being installed, and they operate at what they say at 60 gigahertz. So there's 60 gigahertz supposedly coming from the towers. What happens is the 60 gigahertz, it attaches itself to the oxygen in the air. The oxygen in the air that we breathe. And that, according to the belief, is the cause of this respiratory attack on the world right now. There's even reports that birds are falling from the sky in some parts of the world. Don't necessarily know how true that is, but I admit I don't know all of this for sure. I think I've seen like a couple videos on the 5G situation, because supposedly as these waves or gigahertz, they attach itself to oxygen, and it's the oxygen that we breathe. And I'm assuming by attaching itself, it's like less oxygen or something like that. Because the whole COVID thing is all respiratory, coughing, and it's all respiratory stuff. So that would explain when people go to get tested. I'm assuming they're testing for shortness of breath or something like that. I'm not sure. Do your due diligence, do the research, and and see for yourself. Do your own research. Another theory is the belief that this is all a ploy to convert us all to cryptocurrency, because like right now we can't do things like shake hands, hug, or kiss or whatever, because it could also spread. So just think about money, paper money, and how unsanitary that is. Now that right there, we've been told that ever since we was kids. We've been told, baby, don't touch your face after you just been touching money. What's wrong with you? You know how nasty money is? All the time as a kid. So that makes sense. And so, it's been unsanitary, but that would be all the more reason, because of the COVID-19, to convert over to cryptocurrency. If something like that was to happen, I don't think banks will give us a heads up. Because, once we deposit money into the bank, it's no longer our money. We have no idea what the bank, well, we do. A bank is doing things with our money. And if you think I'm lying, if you think I'm on some bullshit, try to make a large withdrawal and see what happens. You tell me. Go ahead and leave a comment or something like that. So, yeah, there's the cryptocurrency theory, right? Another theory is the depopulation theory. There's too many people in the world, so here's a man-made virus. I believe it's man-made, period, regardless of what the agenda is. But here we are with a man-made virus to get rid of some of these people and get them the fuck up out of here. Let's get them out of here. So there's that theory, right? Another theory that a lot of us black folk, another theory that we actually got into real heavy is the myth that this COVID-19 situation will not affect black people or / Africans, which to me are one and the same, right? That's what we thought until some NBA players started getting it, till Idris got it. So there goes that theory. Apparently black folk can get it. So, you know what? It does bug me out how a lot of times we be like, yo, the system is fucked up. It's the tell-eye vision. These niggas be lying, you know what I mean? And then the minute they say something that makes us feel good, that strokes our ego, that strokes our black pride, pats us on our black butt, and makes us feel good, we fall right into it. If I had a dime for every time I heard somebody say to me, oh shit, I'm melanated, that ain't gonna bother me. Oh shit, we black folk, that ain't gonna bother me. Or I'm from the hood, that's not gonna bother me. What you saying now? What are you saying now? You may not necessarily have it, but some black folk have it. So there's that theory, right? Then there's another belief that, I think I just seen that this morning. Another theory is that there's no virus at all. There's no virus at all, and that the media is making all of this up. It's all a hoax. And that the vaccine, the supposed cure to the COVID-19, when you get the vaccine, that is when you'll actually get it. That is when we'll actually get the coronavirus. Listen, all of these things could actually be true. That's not lost on me. All these things could be all of these things, all of it. It could be the installation of the 5G towers. It could be that. Listen, with that, there's like about 26,000 scientists that are like against it, that are against this 5G situation, because the loss of life that's involved. Pretty thorough stuff, so it seemed. So it could very well be true. It could be true. The depopulation theory, that could be true. Was Bill Gates involved with that? That could very well be true. The cryptocurrency theory, that could be true too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really said the melanated black folk not getting it. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that one out the window. Well, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that, because the theory I talked about after that, about the hoax, that could be true too. And that we really don't have no type of virus. It could be because of the 5G thing. Or, see where I'm going with this? Hey, one I left out. It could be, see, with all this media coverage, right? With all this media coverage going on and on and on, coronavirus this, coronavirus that, COVID-19 this, COVID-19 that. We're hearing these celebrities, Kevin Durant, Marcus Smart, the Celtics, Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert, and various other NBA players. I think a couple Denver Nuggets, at least 4 of the players on the Brooklyn Nets tested positive. Supposedly all the players, according to Bleacher Report, all the players on OKC, Oklahoma City Thunder, don't, nobody's tested positive. So they say. We really have no way of knowing. Sure, you could probably Google it. Don't know if it's public record. But still, who knows if it's accurate or not? Who knows if any of this stuff is accurate? I will tell you this, though. These theories are pretty thorough. They're pretty thorough. And then what's crazy is that once we get that information, right, what do we do then? What can we do to stop it? It's not like religion, right, when you can do some research and learn more, and then from that, you can either become a believer or stop believing. You can actually make a change. This is different. This is very different. And now I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. I mean, I am a bit concerned. I'm going to be honest with you, because I don't necessarily know what to make of it anymore. And yeah, all these theories and everybody's feeling away because certain people aren't taking it as serious as they think they should take it, which I personally think is some bullshit. Because, listen, with all the viruses that have happened in the past, like there was SARS, was mad cow disease, the bird flu, swine flu, Ebola, all these things came and went, and they, for the most part, was not necessarily at our back door the way it seems like it is now. So, it's almost like the boy who cried wolf. After a while, you just get kind of used to him crying wolf, until something's really wrong. And we don't necessarily know what's going on, but something's going on. Oh, and there's another theory. There's the martial law thing, which in some places it ain't too far from that. I think New York, there's a lockdown. I'm not necessarily sure what all that entails. I'm assuming maybe healthcare officials, local police, military, and I don't know. I don't know who else. I don't know who else would be allowed to move about. I don't know if there's also a curfew. So yeah, nothing. There's been a lot of talk, like I said, but nothing official's popped off here. I'm not worried. I guess I'm a bit concerned, not necessarily about the COVID-19. And even with that, supposedly it's supposed to be flu-like symptoms or whatever. I've never had the flu. Had a bad cold before. I've had some colds and, maybe I've had a bad cold before, but I ain't never had the flu. But from what I hear, the flu ain't no joke. Talking body aching and this, that, and the third, throwing up. I don't want that. I don't want that either. Be real with you. I don't want the fucking flu. I'm not that worried about it. I'm more concerned about the other crap that's coming with it. You know what I'm saying? Being confined, you know what I'm saying, for what they say, 14 days? That's got me feeling away. I can't make no money. Haven't really heard anything from the landlord here in the shop. But that Korean man's probably going to want his money. So if it comes to martial law, then it comes to martial law. Ain't nothing we can do about it. So there's really no need in me worrying about it. All I can do is control my perception of it. All I can do is control how I take all this in. I ain't gonna let it stress me out. Can't. So yeah. So until we know what's what, until we get some more information on this thing, we've heard it 1,000 times. Take precautions, wash your hands, all that. And again, keep your head on a swivel, because I don't really know what's going on. Every last one of these theories could be absolutely correct. It could be correct. It could be a hoax. And you watch the media as they talk about it. I think I was getting ready to touch on that earlier, and I went off on a tangent. But you keep hearing it. It could raise your stress level. Because it's like, oh shit, oh no, I'm about to catch this virus. That's stress. Stress weakens the immune system. Y'all know that, right? Which is why I've said before in a few podcasts about diet. It's not exclusive to food. I think I've said it 1,000 times, actually. Diet is not exclusive to food. It's what you eat, of course. It's what you watch. It's what you think. It's the company you keep. All of that. And it's the stress, which is why I don't be watching them videos of police killings and stuff like that on the internet. I scroll up or down, but I get the hell away from it because it stresses me out. It gives me a feeling of helplessness. I'm watching one of my people, get fucked up, or I'm watching us do it to each other. That even stresses me out. I watch our own brothers, doing some foul shit to our women. That can stress me out. So I try to stay away from, at this particular moment in time in my development, I'm trying to stay away from all the things that can stress me the fuck out. You know what I mean? As much as possible. Because stress weakens our immune system. So who knows? It could be a hoax. But with all the coverage, it's everywhere. You can't even watch FS1 or ESPN without hearing. You can't even watch the local, not that I watch the local news, but you can't be on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or whatever without seeing something in regards to COVID-19. And that in itself can worry folk. And then be careful, because you might not be the person who's worried, but then, people you love may be worried. And because we love them, we can sometimes internalize their stress, and it becomes ours. Got to be mindful of that too. Keep your head on a swivel, man. So, I'm laughing because I was thinking of that one preacher. I was happening to see that video. This one pastor, this one preacher. I was telling people, don't you stop tithing. Don't you stop tithing. You keep sowing don't you stop sowing your seed. Hell, you mail it on in there if you have to. You mail it on in there if you have to. Don't you dare stop tithing. You get on out there, you walk over there and slip it under the door if you have to. And then you go back to doing what you want to do. So, fuck catching the virus, if there's a virus, but fuck catching it. Give me my motherfucking money.
Would you make white people slaves? What do you think?
I will. Pay him back. I just sit him someplace.
Where?
Like we have one side of the world and they had the other side, but just let them have a little piece of it. I say we build a big brick wall and say the same thing.
What's that?
That they have a little side, and we build a big wall so they can never get over. And we have a big side.
Why would you do that?
And on the other end of the room. So they won't get on our side.
I mean, you think they just mess up or what?
They'd be trapped if they try to get over, we'll shoot them.
Well, why would you do that? I mean, you think they deserve that?
They deserve it, yep.
Why?
Because they killed some of us, they chained some of us, they whipped some of us. Yeah. And they stabbed some of us. Yeah. They shot some of us.
So this is paying back, huh?
Yeah.
Like,
They're not good, too. But this is not... They're not good, too. But putting a brick wall there and not shooting them but doing what they did is not as worse as they did to us.
Oh, also, and something I didn't mention. Well, first and foremost, shout out to our elders. Word. Shout out to the elders. And with the elders, right? With our elders, go check up on them. Like I said, we don't know what's real, what's not. Let's check up on our elders, man. They looked out for us. Let's look out for them. Check and see if they need anything, right? And I understand that in big cities and in concentrated areas, big areas where there's mad people, a lot of the stores don't have a lot of stuff because everybody's panicking. Travel maybe a little outside your area. Go a little further to some place where not too many people go. Go ahead and gas up and drive maybe a little bit out to the outskirts of your town. You might come across a store who still has things that not too many people know about. You see what I'm saying? You know how a lot of our people are. We lazy. We just like to stick to what we know. And they're not going to travel to go get what they need. So why don't you be the smart one and you go do that and look out for our elders, man. Let's look out for our elders. They need us. Just like we needed them. Dead ass. Shout out to black folk everywhere, man. And yeah, so if you're at home and you're quarantining and all of that, binge on Hoodies the podcast. Start with podcast 1, the audios, and then work your way up. Hey, you can't travel, but you can travel inward. Meditate. Take the time out to meditate. Maybe you can get your kids to join you. Get your kids to join you. You know what I mean? That's the best traveling right there, because it don't cost you nothing. So maybe go ahead and order yourself the Black History flashcards. Dope, a lot of dope information there. It's a wonderful time to learn. Wonderful time to it's a wonderful time to learn. It's a wonderful time to bond with the people you love. It's a wonderful time to do something different. Read, meditate, listen to some music, vibe out, watch Hoodies the podcast. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. If I was to look out the window and see tanks riding down the street, I ain't gonna front, I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I'm saying? If I was to look out that window right there, and I looked out the window and I saw people walking on all fours, I wouldn't be surprised. Dead ass. I would not be surprised. I just wouldn't. I really wouldn't. I'm not gonna say these are crazy times. What I will say is, I think our awareness has been heightened. Our awareness is heightened. You know, and so we're getting older and smarter. So, and then we're reading more, which means the more you read, the more your vocabulary expands. The more, I'm telling you, the more you see. So you're starting to see stuff. Like I said, there's a lot of theories going on, and they're all convincing. So listen, I'm just gonna say it's all of them shits. It's all of them. And if it's not any of them, something is going on. That's for sure. What are we really being distracted from? You know? And then with this supposed 14-day quarantine inside our homes, what about the homeless? What happens with them? But like I said, I ain't gonna stay too long. I just wanted to chime in. I just wanted to chime in on the theories and the Dunning-Kruger effect. And listening to people talk, of course it's a barbershop, you hear so many things. I just wanted to chime in too. And this is my chime. All right. So until next time, check on our elders. Look out for the youth. Teach them every chance you get. Shout out to black folk everywhere, man. And I love y'all. Y'all stay up. Until next time, I'm King Rashidi. This is Hoodies.
To the podcast. What am I talking about?
Wait a minute. Hold up. Go to YouTube, right? And check out the Love Doc trailer. Damn, I knew I was forgetting something. Check it out. Let me know what y'all think. It's up there on this channel. It's up there. Matter of fact, it's below this one. Black Love, a conceptual dialogue about. It's about 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Check it out. Let me know what you think. All right? Can y'all do that? Do that shit, nigga. Peace.
Always the forefront.
One more thing. While you're home with your family, kids, and everybody, check out the Skill Youth Chess Club documentary. How about that one? Let me know what you think. Leave a comment. Can you do that? When you do that, can you share it? Even if you think it's terrible, share it and tell somebody how terrible you think it is. You understand? Can you do that? Do this shit. Peace, y'all.
I'm ready. God King. God Queen.
Hello.